Alright, so, and I actually want to start the blocking with you and start talking about it. So, blocking, let's go. If you look at my blend file, this is what I have. A few blocks, a few shapes, very low poly. I actually even started making a few details, like this is a detail obviously, but I believe it's cool. I just made it. You know, this is what you have. But yeah, I'm not making these videos in order to like make a series of tutorial. I just wanted to make to like document myself working, and this part I haven't recorded myself, but I can show you quickly how I set up the camera, for example. So if I open a new blend file, I can just create a new camera and then put it here, just rotate it as you want. You can see I like to have this y-axis being the depth, the x just being the horizontal line, and the z is always the same in Blender, so no worries. So if you go inside the camera view, you can still select the camera and move it, and you can also add a background image, which is very useful. And let's take this image. Pictures. Also, I'm talking a lot, and I'm probably gonna stop talking while walking. I don't want to be annoying, So you can see that you can still see the lines of the y and the x. And the goal here is to kind of line up everything, so the y is kind of following this perspective here in the image, and the x can be also like, you just have to tweak everything. And you can also see this, which is the world center, and it's basically where you want it. So for example, it could be like, I'm drawing on the image right now. It could be like this, the cylinder in between. Yeah, it could be a good idea. It could be the feet of the character. It could be anything. And it's a great way to see it. I think I haven't, if I do this, it's basically here. It's not a very good starting point, because I don't, but I know it's kind of close to this little girl, so it's okay. And it helps a lot to have this. Yeah, so just get the camera. Oh wait, I think in my other I think there's a way to like back. Yeah, that's back. Okay, so now you can see my y-axis is getting kind of good. I still want it to be like end up in like this sun here. Can I see? Oh yes. So yeah, you can do XX. Do I have screencast key for some reason? I don't have it. Anyway, it's alright, I believe. Make it a bit more in depth. You know what? Let's use the girl fit position. Alright. Okay. So now, if I do rotate using the 3D cursor, you can see. So I'm rotating the camera according to the lithograph fit. Okay. And now it should even be easier. Yep. Okay. It looks pretty correct to me. And what I did on my file is like play with this value as well. So the focal length, I think I put it somewhere at 25, 24. I just felt that it was more correct to do it this way. Okay, so now we have kind of the perspective. You can also like rotate it on this axis. I believe that it's pretty straight. Like you don't have to go really heavy on that. You can also see lines here. They all go. It looks correct. It looks correct to me. So yeah, and now you can see if you create a shape, it kind of goes like the way you want it. And you can see that if I model from the camera view, like this shape is absolutely, it looks like garbage, right? And this is the issue I had first. I have kind of camera mapping background, but like a bad one, a bad background. I used to like, you know, have an image like this, mostly with straight edges, you know, buildings, etc. And then stay in the camera view. And then, you know, model everything like this, exactly just like I did right now, basically. So take it, and you know, it looks correct from the camera view. It doesn't feel weird, you know. So I keep going, and then so I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. I got it from the camera view, and it's extremely long, like it's absurd compared to what you have here. And that's a big issue. You have to go out and see what it actually looks like, because let's say I want to add a new camera, I get my final result, right? Go to this view and say, okay, I want to see it in this angle, you know. And I mean, right now it's pretty cool, but it won't be correct. It won't be like how you imagine. It won't be like the correct scale according to this. So yeah, keep in mind that. And what I think could be good to do is to like take this view and put it, oh shit, sorry. Okay, let's go, let's do like this. Yep, and now do this. delete the camera, and now, okay, so now you have the camera view, and then this one you can just keep going, keep doing what you think is good. So like, take a look at this, like mostly look at this view, and sometimes you can see my head just like this. Just try to switch to see if it could be good or not. And sometimes you can always adjust a bit. Oh shit. Okay. Then go like that. Maybe not too much. So yeah, I'm doing it like that right now. You can see, for example, how it looks right now. So you kind of have this very strong breakup. Oh. There it goes in the distance, and a bit up. Yep, just like that. This one is absolutely huge as well. It's more up. Yeah. It's still going up a bit. The scale is getting down as well. And this is kind of raised up. And then you can keep going. So now it kind of goes up. Just like that. And then like really up. Yeah. And here you go. And now the shape look pretty correct. And if you look here, it feels like it could be good. In my scene I have this. I kind of spend a lot of time doing this one. It's just cubic. It's very cubic, no details. But I believe it has a cool vibe to it. It could be correct. And that's what I'm looking for. Like for example, right here, I'd like it to be a bit more like this. Even though it's not like 100% what we see, I like to imagine it like this. And you can see it's not completely wrong to do it. And here as well, could be more like that. Yes, okay. So when you do the cube technique, what is that? Looks like I have, oh no, okay, that's just camera thing. When you have cubic shapes like this, you can imagine like the bounds of the object, and just try to like draw the bounds. So yeah, so that's what I've done so far. I'm sorry if you guys wanted to see what's before. I recorded myself for this and this and this tiny branch. It's more like a time-lapse thing. Also, I was talking about the scale, and with that I was getting an issue. Instead of staying close to the camera, it was going like very far away, and it was just like scaled a lot. And I was like, yeah, it's correct, but it's actually not. So I modeled this tiny lamp here. It's a cool lamp. And you know it's a lamp, right? you know, kind of the size of it. And if you duplicate it and I put it close to the little girl, it feels a bit big, right? I mean, it's a little bit big, but I think it's correct because, you know, we're in this magical area, universe, and maybe this girl is like very tiny, and this big guy, for this big guy, like the lantern is more a correct size. It's maybe even still a bit big, but it's alright. So it's alright because before the lantern was like this big and I couldn't notice, and that's what I'm talking about. And what I did to like change the shape is I took the camera, I did Shift S, cursor selected, then took this and did scale to 3D cursor. And you can see if I'm out of the camera, it's changing, and if I'm inside, you can see any difference. And right now I think I'm actually going to scale it down a bit, just like that. Yeah. And now if we look, it's technically the same, but I don't know, just yeah, no. Maybe scale it up just like it was before. Okay, like that, it's pretty cool. I like the idea that it's behind, like it's hanging on top of the void, and we'll have to work with that later, because right now it's right on top of this, and I kind of wanted to do I have, oh yeah, sorry, I kind of want it to be like hanging on top of the void, and right now can't I move it? If I do median point, yeah, like maybe like this, and I can actually keep it this size, because if I make it bigger, it will again like yeah, it's way too big. So let's keep it that size for now, and maybe play a bit with this. Okay, so the blocking right now, it's looking a bit funky, right? I kind of want this to be shrinked a bit, and maybe make it very cubic. So circle, it's now cubic again. Yep. How this looks, okay. And now here it could be, so you know, okay. And this part is like, it's taking my head, it's burning my head so hard. It's like one big extrude, but it's very complex. So I think what I can do is take this and remove it, and now we have this, which is hanging on top of the void, right? And we can just raise it. That's my guess. Can I raise it just a bit and keep this one down, and maybe bevel it? Okay. What if I just bevel this one? Alright. It starts to look correct. The slope is pretty good. Yes. It kind of feel correct. Let's go rendered quickly. Rendered view. Okay. Here it's maybe a bit strong, so I will do this. Yeah, this one is maybe too strong. Okay, so right now I feel like this should be more like that, and this like that. Okay. And raise a bit this. No. This one. This one can be more like this. Okay. And now... Cool. Yes. It's pretty cool, right? And we can do this and just take this and put it down. Cool, cool. I love it. I love it. I actually don't want to do this right now. We'll sculpt it. Main branch is done. We can skip it for now. You can see I've made some bounding boxes for these characters. I believe I have made, yeah, yes, I have made this material with shader editor. I removed it. It's not anymore. I made like this camera mapping projection, which was pretty fun just to see how it looks. Anyway, stop diverging. I'm gonna stop talking and just work. So I'll remove the camera and I'm gonna do a quick time lapse. If there's something interesting, I will just say it. I'm stopping right now because there's something that just happened. I thought it was cool. Okay, so I was working on the blocking. And you can see right now I made this tiny ball. So you know, it's this very cute creature. If I with blocking, you can see it's very cute. I want to make them. I just blocked the shape of this little body, and you can see here you have another one. There's a tiny ball, and I guess that they are the same species, like the same creature. And you actually even have some more here. I don't know if I think that's, I don't know if that's vegetation or not. Let's say it's vegetation. But one cool way to see if your scale is working is to just take one shape from a place, duplicate it, and put it somewhere else. You can see it. So it will never be perfect because the artist itself is drawing, and maybe the perspective is not perfect on the drawing. But if it's correct, then this is what's happening. So I created this island in the distance, and I didn't know if it was the correct distance or not. Like, for me, it was more about here, you know. But let's say now it's here, and I wanted to check if the location was correct. So I just took this ball, this tiny ball creature, duplicated it here, and you can see if I get back to this view, I put it down, like make it touch the ground actually. Okay, maybe a bit of rotation, and then you can see I'm adjusting a bit the location. As long as it's still on the ground, it's correct. And I can see that the shape is pretty much fitting, matching the you know, the the concept. So that's very interesting. It means that this island is, in relation to all these parts here, is pretty correct according to the scale. I have a few scale issue. For example, these characters, if I put them really close to the object, oh sorry, made it render. You know, if I make it here, the lantern is pretty big, and the rock as well feels pretty big. And I was wondering if I could like scale to 1.5, and now everything feels more to scale. But it means that these characters will feel too big according to the environment. So for now, I don't change anything, but maybe later we'll see what's happening. So check the scale, and I'm going back to the time lapse. Thank you. Hello guys, I finished the blocking. I think I made a time lapse or something. I haven't edited yet when I'm recording this, but I just wanted to say that I'm sorry. Let me show my screen. Okay, so now you can see my screen. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry because I finished the blocking and I haven't recorded everything. I don't remember if I recorded the process of making these trees or this, but the blocking were kind of finished, so I'm okay with it. I think you understand the process of everything. But I'm sorry because I did the lighting and I wasn't recording. In the next episode, I will do a quick breakdown of how I did the lighting and everything, how I did the atmospheric ambience and all that. It's not finished quite yet, but I made like a base lighting just to see how things will feel. I just wanted to, make it feel like the concept on the left. It's still not perfect because I will have colors into the objects directly and all that. But the main vibe is here for now, and that's what I will try to show. So it changes a bit the list we've made at the beginning. We said we're doing the lighting more at the end. But I had a lot of friends telling me that I had to do the lighting really fast to feel the atmosphere really quick. So I wanted to listen to them and I did it. So I'm sorry about it. I haven't recorded, but I will do blocking. I will do a video about it. And also, I cut my hair. There was a lot of time that happened between the last video I've made and right now when I'm recording. There's a lot of stuff that have been happening. Like I went to the Blender conference in Amsterdam. So yeah, hope you liked the blocking video and I'll see you soon.